Good morning, fellow guests and fellow Toastmasters. A warm welcome to you to the 158th meeting of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. I am Karthik Venugopal, your sergeant at arms for today. I'm sure you are excited as I am. Let me highlight a few very key points for our meeting. The meeting will be blocked for 2 hours and you are expected to stay for 2 hours. Your video should be on and audio should be off. Audio should be on only when you are called to speak or need to speak. Regarding the topics of sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmasters International does not put any restrictions on speaking on these topics, at the Gabbys Toastmasters Club, however, we request all speakers and role takers to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these few topics. Also, urge you to be cognizant of the fact that we as a club practice diversity and inclusion in letter and in spirit. Hence, ensure there are no sexist, racist, or any such undertones which create hostility and discomfort for members or guests. This meeting is being recorded and would be streamed on social media channels. If we don't have your consent for this, kindly mention it to the Zoom master to pause the recording before your speech. We won't be able to edit the video once it is published on social media platforms. Now let me call upon the presiding officer today who will be presiding our 158th meeting, and he is none other than distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. He is the VPPR of both Gabbys Toastmasters Club and Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. He is a distinguished Toastmaster who has achieved 2 awards, 3 Triple Crowns Awards, and completed 9 parts. Now I hand over the baton to our presiding officer, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. Over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Can we wake up from the Saturday blues and wish good morning?
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Melvia, you're the Toastmaster of the day.
Yes, good
Good
morning.
Welcome to the 157th meeting of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club, and I am your presiding officer for today. I hereby declare the meeting open, and hereby the meeting comes to order. Today's theme is something that I personally don't believe in. I don't believe that there is anything like a work-life balance, or rather, let me put it this way. My definition of work-life balance is probably different from what most of you have about work-life balance. Work-life balance for me is about the right to prioritize. Today, if I don't feel like going to work, I feel like staying back at home and just watching the Pakistan game. I would just want to do that. That's it. I don't want to kind of go to work. That right of prioritization, that right of choosing is what I consider as work-life balance, having that balance in your life where you can make those choices. So, but today we are going to hear not only me, but also we are going to listen to all of you. We are going to understand that what is your perspective about work-life balance. And that is the kind of platform that Toastmasters International provides. We don't come here to agree with each other. We come here to express our thoughts, hear others, and make an informed decision or informed opinion about things that's happening around us, whether it's about speaking, whether it's about evaluation, whether it's about the other role takers that we have in the meeting. I don't see any guest, or do we have a guest? I see Dsouza. Aaron, are you a guest or a Toastmaster?
I am a Toastmaster. I'm from the Talk Magic Toastmasters Club. I joined here today because I've always wanted to see what Gabbys Club is all about. I've heard a lot of great things. I see a lot of great posts. I'm the VPPR at the Talk Magic Toastmasters Club. Amazing creative posters. So, I wanted to see what's going on. This is my first meeting and hopefully the first of many meetings. Yeah.
Absolutely. I would love to see you back here every week. And I see Vijetha also is from Talk Magic Toastmasters Club. I know that. And I thought I have got one more guest role taker today, right? Akshay Singh. Is he not here in the meeting yet?
He's joining.
Okay. Okay, great. So with this, we will get the meeting started. I will not walk you through the history of Toastmasters because we don't have any non-Toastmaster guest. So we are going to straight away get started with the meeting. And before that, I would want to remind everyone that there are a couple of very important events that's happening this week. So the first one is the area contest that's coming up on 25th, couple of weeks from now. Actually, on 25th of November, we have the area contest, and in the area contest this time we have got 4 contestants from the Gabbys clubs, 2 from the Gabbys Toastmasters club, and who are representing us in area B1, and 2 from the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club representing us in area B4. Not only that, we have also got our members representing other clubs in other areas in the area contest. So, for example, Samita is representing Speakers Den at area B2 in both table topic and evaluation contest. And that's very exciting given the fact that the Gabbys is actually performing. The Gabbys members are actually taking up contestant roles and being contestants in other clubs as well, not only limited to the Gabbys Toastmaster Club. So with this, let me hand over the stage to the Toastmaster of the day. The Toastmaster of the day for today is someone that I met very recently at a hybrid meeting. She's very enthusiastic about in-person meetings, and today I love to see her as a TMOD in an online meeting. So please welcome with a big round of applause our Toastmaster of the day for today, Toastmaster Melvia Dsouza. Toastmaster Melvia is a telecom engineer who is now working as a software developer with Ernst & Young. She has a knack for trying out new activities, challenging herself to try out new things, and she likes to run and enjoys lifting weights. With this, I hand over the stage to Toastmaster Melvia to lift the weight of this meeting and carry it forward. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Melvia.
Thank you, Presiding Officer Sourav Dutta. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to this meeting. The theme I have for all of you today is work-life balance, and what better way to start the week of balancing than with the Toastmasters meeting. I'm sure that most of you may think that I came up with this theme in context to Narayan Murthy's comments on the 70-hour work week. Well, let me assure you that you are completely and utterly mistaken, at least for 70% of that statement. Well, the reason I came up with this topic is because I had a hectic work week. I mean, who puts pressure at the end of the year, which is filled with festivals? So welcome to this session, which can also be called as ranting with Melvia. So I've had a very hectic week. And while I was glued to my screen, constantly working, I get to hear that I need to work more. Not on the tasks, but on broadcasting the work I do. To put it in simpler terms, I have to talk about my work rather than working. Kind of made me feel like a hawker and reminded me of the quote, empty vessels make the loudest noise. I think they were just inspired by Narayan Murthy's comments about the 70-hour work week. And to be honest, when I heard Narayan Murthy's comments, I wasn't particularly upset. I didn't agree with him, but I didn't have strong emotions towards him. Now, the reason for this is I have joined corporate about 4 years ago. And these are my observations. So when I go to the office, I see people will step out for a cup of tea with their colleagues. They'll come back, work for a while, again go for lunch, then go for a walk, then come back, work for a while, again go for snacks. And then with that, the day somehow ends. As someone who has worked from home for majority of her career, I really wonder how anyone gets any work done. So, in context to Narayan Murthy's comments, before we question him, I feel like we really need to evaluate ourselves. Do we give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar? Now, for the benefit of the guests, I would like to describe the structure of a Toastmasters meeting. We have the prepared speeches where speakers will have a topic and they will speak on it for about 5 to 7 minutes. Then we have the table topic session. Herein, the table topics master will give us a topic, and members or guests can speak on this for about a minute or two. And lastly, we have the general evaluation section, where the general evaluator will give us a report of the entire meeting. So without further ado, I would like to call on stage our general evaluator, also our presiding officer, a distinguished Toastmaster, Sourav Dutta. Over to you.
Thank you so much, our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Melvia. So since you talked about the work-life balance and the Narayan Murthy comment, I think one of the things that I also feel is that no one actually gets to decide, apart from us, that how much of time we should be spending at work. Maybe our bosses can define the objectives. When I have worked in the corporate for almost 20 years, and I always believe in management by objectives. And so, and particularly someone like an outsider, the funny thing about this country is that imagine this comment coming from a politician. The press and everyone would have been behind him, right? That how can you say such a thing? The economy is struggling. What is the unemployment rate? But just because it's a businessman that we respect, he can come and comment and make a patronizing comment, and we're okay with that. We start debating on that. So I think the question here is that do we even need to discuss and debate, because it's an outsider telling us how much we should work, and it doesn't really matter for me. I decide. Just like we have decided to have a taggle team at the Gabbys, and it comprises, which will help me in running the meeting today, in evaluating the meeting. And the first member on the taggle team is our timer, Toastmaster Devasish Parmar. Toastmaster Devashish is a chartered accountant by profession and is currently working at EY. Oh, we have got two EY folks already. And he loves to cook. In addition to cooking, he loves playing football and badminton with a strong sense of appreciation for multiple cultures. He's always looking for ways to explore and experience new things. Over to you, Toastmaster Devashish, to explain your role and also show us what the timer cards look like.
Sure. Thank you very much, General Evaluator Sourav Dutta. So good morning, first of all, to everyone. So my role as a timer is to take account of each speaker from the table topics, from the prepared speech section, that what is the time they are taking it. And as per the Toastmasters rule, the table topic speaker should limit their speech to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll be showing a green card, which will be my background will be turning into a green. And at 1 minute 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card, which will be like this. And at 2 minutes, I'll turn it to red background. And in case of prepared speech, there will be it will be 5 to 7 minutes in length, where in 5 minutes, I'll make the background as green, and at 6 minutes, I'll turn the background as yellow, and at 7 minutes, I'll turn the background as red. So at the end of the session, I will present my report that each speaker, what is the time they have taken. Over to you, General Evaluator Sourav Dutta.
Thank you so much, Devashish. A couple of additions to what Devashish already mentioned. For the evaluators, the timing is 2 to 3 minutes, 2 minutes green card, 2 minutes 30 seconds yellow card, and 3 minutes red card. And our first speaker is delivering his icebreaker speech. So the timing for the icebreaker speech will be 4 to 6 minutes. So it is 4 minutes green card, say 5 minutes yellow card, and 6 minutes red card. Thank you, Devashish, for sharing with us the timing protocols and also your responsibility as a timer. With this, let's move on to our second role taker. And I'm loving it that Tarun, you have taken up a role of the hour counter today. Tarun is from Jaipur, Rajasthan. He is currently working as an investment consulting company in Mumbai. He loves to travel and explore new places. He loves Indian music, Indian food, and the Indian cricket team. Okay, who doesn't love the Indian cricket team nowadays? And has joined Toastmasters to be an effective speaker in his professional and personal life. Over to you, Tarun, to explain your role as the hour counter.
Thank you, GTM Saurabh. Hi, good morning, everyone. As an R counter, I will be keeping note on crutch words like filler words like well, okay, you know, right. Repetitive words, if anyone is using repetitive words like this means, any long or short pauses. Long pauses are some pauses which is more than 3 seconds, and any short pauses which is not required, but someone has taken any pause of less than 3 seconds. At the end of the meeting, when called by the general evaluator, I will submit my report. Thank you, and over to you, Saurabh.
Thank you so much. That's our R counter, Toastmaster Tarun Agarwal, who will be watching out for the CRPF, the clutch, repeats, pauses, and fillers. When you're delivering your speeches, your evaluations, or whenever you're taking up any of the meeting roles today. Now comes the most erudite member of our Taggle team, and that's our Grammarian, who's our VP Education of the Gabbys Online Toastmaster Club, Toastmaster Karthik Venugopal, who is a tech trainer and a full stack developer by profession, and a freelance and an amateur rhymer by passion. He's also a history and movie buff. He loves storytelling, listening to music. And over to you, Karthik, to explain your role as the grammarian for today.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, as a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any misuses of the English language as well, any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce you the word of the day. So the word of the day is glimmering. So the meaning of the glimmering is to shine with a weak light or a light that is not continuous. So how to use this word? The lights of the village were glimmering in the distance. There are many who feel now that we are just beginning to see a glimmering of light. So I encourage all the speakers to use the word of the day. Word of the day. I'll also place this word of the day and the usage of this on to the chat. Back to you, Javier.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karthik. I would request you to please put the word of the day on the chat as well, so that we can use that during the course of the meeting. And finally, the person who is going to test our listening skills, Toastmaster Shilpi Tiwari. Toastmaster Shilpi Tiwari is a proud new mother now. She has worked as an HR for 3 years. She's an NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming certified practitioner. Her hobbies are singing, dancing, and painting. And today, she's a listener. Toastmaster Shilpi, please do explain your role as the listener.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Good morning to all of you. As a listener, I will be keenly listening to all the speakers, and at the end, I will come back with questions when called upon by General Evaluator to check how attentively you were all listening, because a good listener can be a great speaker. Thank you so much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shilpi, our listener for today. And that is my Taggle team, Toastmasters. And with this, I hand over the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Melvia. I'll be back with my team towards the end of the meeting to present my report. Back to you, Melvia.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Saurav, for briefing us on the role of the GE as well as that of the Taggle members. Without further ado, let's move on to the first section of our meeting today, which is the prepared speech. Our first speaker for the day is Sanjeet Nayak. He's a nature enthusiast who is a business analyst by profession and is based in Bangalore working for FIS. The speaker is attempting a speech for Level 1, Project 1 of the Dynamic Leadership Path. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce themselves to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Timer, please note this is an icebreaker, so it will be for 4 to 6 minutes. To evaluate this speech by Toastmaster Sanjeet Nayak, we have Toastmaster Upasana Ghosh. Toastmaster Upasana, are you here?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm there.
Thank you. So I'll hand over the platform to Toastmaster Sanjeet Nayak with the speech titled Celebrate the Moments in the Journey of Life. Celebrate the Moments in the Journey of Life, Toastmaster Sanjeet Nayak.
Thank you, Melvia. Very good morning. Very good morning, all my fellow Toastmasters. This is my first feature, and today I'm going to touch upon the journey of my life, and actually, you will all be able to relate to this, right? Okay, so my journey started 40 years back. So when I first met my parents, we all decided that we'll meet in a very small but beautiful state called Goa, and that's where we met. And I'm quite sure they must be very happy, and these memories they must have celebrated. Well, I don't remember those. My childhood was wonderful. It was a story kind of thing, very, very good kind of. Well, I give that because in those days, back then, we did not have any gadgets. There were no web, no internet. There was no social media. It was all the pure true friends, right? So we all used to wait for that particular moment. Like whenever my friend comes, whenever we are free, all we wanted was like we'll go and meet our friends, right? We used to wait them, and we used to wait, and we used to see that they do not there was any kind of ego-ness, there was nothing those kind of things like we used to be pure mind, we used to just go play with them and do all kind of things. So this is how I have a very wonderful memories about my childhood. But as they say, when the life is like the happy days always run very fast. So days when, and then I was at the crossroads. The crossroads is like, okay, when you reach your 10th standard, 12th standard, right? And as always in all our middle class families, the most of the decisions are taken by parents. So again, in my case, it was my parents who decided that yes, so this person has to take the route of the science and he should become an engineer. Well, because that time even I was not aware and no access to internet, there was no nothing to think about. So I thought, yes, this is the right thing which they have decided for. Well, this engineering was one of a big roller coaster ride, wherein those 4 years, a huge curriculum, uh, wonderful memories, and yes, definitely after a lot of hardship, struggle, I completed it. Once I completed, so it was like wonderful moment. I had a degree in hand, all that convocation, everything. But did I celebrate it? Well, that question remains still in my mind because before I could celebrate it, there was one more question in my mind. What about the job? What about the people who are asking me the question? Hey, you completed your engineering. What next? What are you going to do? Hey, you don't have a job. Oh my God, what is the use of your degree? Oh, so now these questions were actually going in my mind. So thing was, I have achieved something from the last 4 years, struggling like anything. So rather than me celebrating that, so I was like thinking what I should do next now. Well, so this same question was in my friends' minds also. Okay, so now we all decided, okay, so just to avoid or toggle these questions, why not we go and try in some of the major cities? So we decided let's go to Pune. Why we decided Pune was because we just thought why not Pune because it has the language which matches with what one of the language is spoken in Goa, so which is Marathi. So we thought we will be comfortable there at speaking and all. Did not have much knowledge about how it works, how the interview process goes in the software companies. But yes, that enthusiasm was there. We all, a group of friends, decided go to Pune. We went there. The moment we went there, we actually got the reality. We understood how actually the recruitment process works. You cannot just walk in wherever you want and you will be called for interviews or opportunities. We went there, we understood how things work. It's like, yes, you have to apply, then they will call you for interviews. So it was again some kind of experience gaining, but then yes, we did not got any opportunities. But still the questions from the social team went on, what you are doing now, what will be your next things and all. And we continued with that. So as things went, then we decided that why not try somewhere uh, different place. So then we decided, yes, it's the city of gardens, that is Bangalore, because we somewhere saw that there was a opportunity glimmering somewhere far away. So we were able to see that yes, this is the place where we can get opportunity. So we came to Bangalore, and when we were in Bangalore, what we saw the first was the BMTC bus. Back then, the BMTC bus did not have any kind of automatic doors, which is open and close, right? Those were like all open doors. And people I used to see that they were hanging on the steps with the body outside, like full time it was outside, and only one leg on the step of the bus. So we were like, that somewhere gave us a motivation. So we were like, yes, this is what we want. So even in our life, we want an opportunity wherein just a step where we can keep a step and it can take us to the next stop. And after a lot of struggles and different multiple interviews, yes, we were able to get an opportunity in this city. This city gave us what was required. Yes, it was not wrapped in a golden or the silver foil, but yes, it was a powerful stone, I would say, which gave us the boost, the required, and where we are or where I am standing to. So now when I look back, right, so I turn around and see my journey from where it started. There were a lot of ups, downs, all good moments, lot of achievements, right? But somewhere I see that yes, we all miss to celebrate those important achievements, milestones. We always go for the next step. So we think that, oh, I have achieved this. Now let me see what is the next. I should start directly for the next one. We should take a pause here. You have worked hard for these achievements. Work on those, celebrate those, and then go for the next. Okay, because it's a journey, you should enjoy the journey. Well, with this, the journey will continue. All I can say is you should enjoy the memories, enjoy the achievements, make the journey very memorable. Because what you are today, right, is what you prayed for yesterday. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much. Over to you, TMOD Malvia.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjeet Nayak. Let's all give him a standing ovation since it's his the icebreaker speech.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
What a lovely speech, Toastmaster Sanjeet Nayak. I could relate so much to it. Even though I'm 15 years younger than you, my parents still make decisions on my career. And I especially loved the analogy on the step of the BMTC. Although in my mind, since I am from Mumbai, I was thinking of all the crowded buses and trains that I had to take in Mumbai. Did not know that it could be used as such a nice analogy. Thank you for that. So let's move on to our second speaker of the day, who is Toastmaster Ritwik Raj. He is a product manager by profession, a content writer by passion, with 8 years of work experience and currently working with Microsoft. In his free time, he likes to create content and is passionate about photography, traveling, and video making. The speaker is attempting a speech for Level 2, Project 3 of the Presentation Mastery Path with the project title Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. The purpose of this project is to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. Timer, please note the timing for this speech is 5 to 7 minutes. To evaluate this speech by Toastmaster Ritwik Raj, we have Toastmaster Vijetha Chanda from Talk Magic Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster Vijetha, are you here?
I'm here.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's hand over the platform to Toastmaster Ritwik Raj with the speech titled Unlocking Power of Mentorship. Unlocking Power of Mentorship, Toastmaster Ritwik Raj.
Mentoring is a brain to pick, an ear to listen, and a push in the right direction. Good morning, Toastmasters, dear guest. Today, as I reflect on my journey so far, I feel fortunate enough to be surrounded by the best teachers in the country, and even more grateful for being surrounded by the amazing set of peer group I had, because they were the ones who were absorbing it from the teachers and then having an osmosis effect on me. I felt lucky to have cracked this code, and I thought that this is going to take me throughout my journey. Little did I know that as I hit my corporate life, this trick is no more going to work, because my peer group is giving a different examination paper, and I have colleagues with me who are going to be fit in the same bell curve as me. When I was truly at a loss and really struggling is when I felt the need for external help. And that's when I got my first mentor, Srinidhi, who made me learn the ropes of mentoring. And a very important tip that he shared with me was that, Ritwik, don't get intimidated by folks having n number of years of experience. You are good at your work and just keep getting better at it. He had quite a long-term perspective for me and very helpful for me in navigating my initial years of corporate journey. Fast forward to mid-career, and one of my personal pet peeves comes back haunting to me, which is the quality of my public speeches. Hoping against hope, I thought to give a try at Gabbys. I have given hundreds of presentations till date, by the way, because I'm an MBA. But what I didn't see is a quality change in the way I was delivering. My first meeting at Gabbys, I was enamored by the quality of speeches that I heard, and I was quite blown away. And I thought my old trick of being surrounded by the amazing peer group may work again. Little did I know at that time that the secret sauce for Gabbys is not in the list of prolific speakers it has. I mean, of course, they are good speakers, they are great speakers. But the secret sauce personally for me was in the amazing mentorship program that the Gabbys had. My first mentor, Toastmaster Vikram, he really took a lot of time understanding my context, and couple of nuggets that he shared with me, which really transformed the way I was speaking, is number one, think in silence. And the reason is that I used to be an R factory before, but I really internalized this tip. And number second is sweat in peace so that you don't bleed in war. And I really understood the importance of practice from him. At the end of my L1, I got to know that Vikram will not be able to renew his membership. And I thought, hey, is that the end of my Gabbys journey as well? That's when I get to know that Toastmaster Aparna is going to be my mentor. I had seen her speaking at different forums, and I was quite enamored by the way she used to deliver her speeches and being a district champion. But my concern was, how is she going to be like a mentor? And what is in it for me? All my doubts got dissipated in the first session we had because she took a lot of time understanding my context, my motivation, and how she could help me in my journey. I still remember very vividly our first feedback review session that we had, and those 30 minutes were full of actionable feedbacks for me, as well as the highlights of her speeches. And a couple of tips that has really elevated the way I used to speak and the way I'm speaking is number one, Ritwik, you're not going to see a visible change unless and until you practice these things in your daily life, in your daily meetings, and start taking different roles. And the second tip is that I used to have a default fright response while speaking. Not to say that I'm able to use open hand gestures very effectively today, but I am definitely getting closer in my journey to become a better speaker. So a very heartfelt gratitude to all my mentors, and especially Toastmaster Aparna and Toastmaster Vikram, for investing a lot of their time, energy, and passion and joining in my journey in becoming a better speaker. What I've also started realizing as an outcome is that all of this has started driving a lot of luck for me as well. And the reason is that I've started getting more opportunities to speak. To summarize, what I've realized about the entire mentorship during this journey is two things. Number one is that similar to how we talk to according to our audience, as a mentor, you have to really understand the context of your mentee and then tailor your help accordingly. And number second, which I really appreciate a lot to Aparna, Vikram both, is that having an actionable set of feedback which can really make a difference, because as a mentor, you really know the journey of the mentee and can really give the feedback keeping all the context in mind. So with that, thank you, and back to you, G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ritwik Raj. That was a wonderful speech highlighting the importance of having a mentor. Thank you so much. We'll move on to the third speaker for today. The third speaker for the day is Toastmaster Jyothi Mandal. She is working in Course 5 Intelligence Analytics Company, having 6 years of experience. By passion, she is a health coach and a nutrition advisor, helping people in weight management and lifestyle issue reversals. The speaker is attempting a speech for level 4. This is an elective project of building a social media presence path with the project titled Strategic Relationship. The purpose of this project is for the member to apply his or her understanding of social media to enhance an established or new social media presence. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her experience establishing or enhancing a social media presence. Timer, please note the timing of this speech is 5 to 7 minutes. To evaluate the speech by Toastmaster Jyothi Mandal, we have distinguished Toastmaster Akshay Singh. Are you here, Toastmaster Akshay Singh?
Akshay has a technical glitch. He's not able to join. There's something network issue at his end. I will do
Okay. Sorry, I did not get
I'll
that.
do both.
Would you be okay? Thank you. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav. Okay, with that, I'll hand over the platform to Toastmaster Jyothi Mandal with the speech titled Digital Footprints. Digital Footprints, Toastmaster Jyothi Mandal.
How many of you feel that social media is a waste of time? Raise your hands. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yes, many of them. Good morning, Toastmasters and my dear guests. I was one of them. I used to think that social media is a waste of time. Back in 2017, when I was in Mumbai, I used to stay with my roommates. We were 5 of them. And out of that, 4 of my friends had Instagram and Facebook. They used to ask, why don't you use social media apps? It's fun, you know. I used to say, hey, it's waste of time. I don't want to use it. Rather, I will invest my time in traveling, trekking, and learning new courses. But my best friend created an Instagram account on my phone and uploaded my traveling pictures one day. I asked her, why did you do this? But she said, you start using it, you will believe it that it's fun. Though we had some clashes, but eventually I said, okay, let me use it often. It was a private account and I used to post my personal pictures back then. But something interesting happened in 2018. I got my job transferred from Mumbai to Bangalore. I was staying with my sister and her in-laws. She is a working woman and has a kid. As usual, well, I used to work in second shift when I was in Mumbai. And when I came back to Bangalore, the same company, second shift. So I used to wake up at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and sometimes 10 a.m. because I was working late night. So back in 2018. And every morning, that taunts from my sister's mother-in-law, as she has a conservative mind. She used to say, you're a girl. You should wake up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. and do all the household chores. You should help your sister in cooking, cleaning, and everything. I was like, why did I come to Bangalore? Just to listen to her taunts? I thought it's better to wake up early than listen to her taunts. I started waking up early I used to scratch my head. What should I do by waking up early? I don't have anything to do. Anyhow, I have newly installed. Sorry, my friend has newly installed Instagram account in my phone. So I used to scroll Instagram and Facebook, just seeing some random posts, not using my time productively. But one day, something caught my attention. I saw a yoga picture of a lady, and my eyes were stuck at that post. I said, OMG, she is a real contortionist, meaning one can twist their body in strange positions. I tried to do that yoga asana out of curiosity, but failed. I practiced for 2 months, and finally I did it. I felt so elated. Yay, I did it. Then I got interested in yoga. Hence, I used to practice every day for 2 years, and I did my certification of intense teacher training at Rishikesh Yoga School. I became a yoga instructor after a few months, but people started asking me, questions related to their health, how to lose weight, how to overcome PCOD issues, how to reduce sugar levels, etc. I said to my students, only with yoga, it's not possible. One has to follow good diet, manage the stress levels, have proper sleep. When you can take care of all these pillars, then you can definitely reverse your health issues. Interestingly, these questions kept revolving in my mind, and that I thought of doing a course because I wanted to help them. And once again, social media acted as a boon for me. Luckily, by seeing my fitness profile, I got an opportunity to collaborate with a community who is working towards a cause of obesity-free nation. I learned many things from the community. I did courses and certifications on nutrition and diet, and became a weight management coach and a nutrition advisor after 2 years of intense training. I created another profile on social media on both Facebook and Instagram, especially for health and fitness. I started with 0 followers, and today I have 12,000 followers on Instagram and 5,000 followers on Facebook. I post my clients' testimonials, health topics, tips, and inspirational messages, and I get a lot of clients from social media across the globe. Now, I don't think that social media is a waste of time. I use it productively. And so far, I have transformed more than 800 plus families' lives with obesity, diabetes, thyroid, and PCOD management. And they got rid of their medications too. So I would like to conclude with 2 lines. Number 1, what you are seeking is seeking you, said by a Sufi scholar, Rumi. I was seeking my purpose, and I found my purpose in life with the help of social media. Number 2, when you want something, the whole universe will help you to achieve it. I wanted to transform people's lives, and the universe helped me. My dear Toastmasters, do you think that social media is a boon or bane for you? Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyothi Mandal. That was a wonderful speech. Hopefully, it will change all our perspectives on social media. With that, we are done with the first section of our Toastmasters meeting today. Timer, do we have any disqualifications?
There is no disqualification. Everybody are on time.
Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you, Toastmaster Devashish. So we'll now take a break for 5 minutes. It's 10:44. We can be back by 10:49. Thank you. No. Is everyone back? I see a lot of people are away. Let's get started. I just want to share this note that we would be sharing the poll at the end of the meeting today. So whoever is present here, would you like to talk about how you manage work-life balance in your personal life? Do we have any volunteers or do I pick up people?
Yeah, I can talk about it.
Yes, go ahead, Toastmaster Devashish.
Work, I mean, as in this past 1 week, this topic has come up a lot after those words by the businessman Nayan Murthy. But in my personal life, I think work-life balance, I'm really trying to still figure out how to keep a work-life balance. This is something which I need to learn. But as DTM sort of was saying that you need to prioritize your thing in order to have a work-life balance. Uh, but yeah, I mean, despite prioritizing it, sometimes things are not what you want to do, but you based on situation you won't be able to do it. Like let's say I want to uh, don't go to work, but still I have to go to work because I've been uh, I have to work it. That's why I have to go to work. So reaching to that work-life balance, I think will take time. But I want to reach to a mindset where I love working. Right now, it should not be like, oh, I have to go to work. I should be. I want to grow to that mindset that yeah, I love the work and I'm good with it whenever it comes to do it. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of struggling with all these things.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devashish, for volunteering. Do we have anyone else who wants to talk about how they manage their work-life experience? Work-life balance, sorry. Toastmaster Dsouza, are you here?
Yeah. So work-life balance. Um, initially when I started working, I threw myself into my work. I started working my metaphorical ass off. But I realized that, after burning out, that, it's very important to place boundaries on yourself. Very important to take that time out for yourself, just to de-stress everything. So when I start putting boundaries, then obviously the growth is going to be hampered, but it's very good for your mental. So placing boundaries, that's key. That's key to work-life balance. That's what I feel personally.
Thank you, Toastmaster D'Souza. Do we still have anyone who would like to speak? All right. So this was just a demo of what we have in the next section, which is the table topic session. For this section, we have our table topics master. 1 minute. Yes. Our table topics master is Toastmaster Ayush Goyal. He is from Jaipur, currently living in Hyderabad. He works as a business analyst in a startup. His hobbies include reading, writing, watching movies, and exploring new places. Toastmaster Ayush Goyal, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Melvia. So, everyone, welcome to the table topic section. So, first, let me tell you a little about this section. In this section, we practice impromptu speaking. As an impromptu speaking, that is the table topic master give you a topic, and the speaker has to come up and speak a 1 to 2 minute on that topic. Now, why do we practice impromptu speeches? It is because it helps us to gain the skill of thinking on the feet and organizing our thoughts easily. Now, why are these skills important? These skills are important because our everyday conversations are basically impromptu. Second, it helps us get more witty. And third, it might get us out of some awkward situations. So, with this, we would start with this section. In this section, both or though the members and the guest can participate, and the time limit would be 1 minute to 2 minutes. So I would like to have a first volunteer. Okay, so I will pick up someone. Okay. Toastmaster Devashish, would you like to go for a topic?
Yes, I would like to go.
Okay. So your topic is work hard, play harder.
Yes, this quote, work hard, play harder, it's really, it really works, especially because if you have done your work and completed your work, you will not be thinking about even when you are trying to relax. That that helps you to be cognizant of the situation where you are, and you will be fully present there. So to to have this motto of work hard and play harder, one has to be very mindful about what they are doing at that point of time. When we are working, our mind should be towards our work, and that will help in creating more awareness about the work, and it will also create more enthusiasm when we are doing work instead of distracting with social media or distracting with any other thoughts. That will help us to complete our work in time, and when it comes to party or play or anything, we'll not be bothered about who is whom we are responsible. We have delivered our task, and we will be free to do what we are. So for important one of the important thing is that one need to please oneself, nobody else. If we are pleasing oneself, we'll be happy, and if we are happy, there is nobody that one can stop us from doing it. So that's how the work hard and play harder motto will work in everybody's life. Over to you, table topic master Ayush.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devashish, for giving us the importance of keeping yourself happy to get work done. Now, next speaker, I would like to pick up. Okay. I can see Toastmaster Sayed in the audience. Would you like to take a topic?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. So, Toastmaster Sayed, your topic is injecting fun in your work routine. Injecting fun in your work routine. Toastmaster Sayed.
Yeah. So unless you enjoy your work, it is difficult for you to keep your routine. And then everything after some time becomes a routine. So every day, what you do, add some fun element to it. Make it easy and make it simple so that you enjoy every moment of the work that you do. And it's not only for you, I think it is for the team also. If you keep the environment, I won't say funny, but lighter and easy to adapt by the people, it will improve productivity at workplace. And it will improve coordination, cooperation. It will also bring up a lot of new ideas and creativity in the team if you make your work as a play or as a fun. Maybe I can give some example also here. I'm currently working on a project in Pune, establish a factory, and then we were having a lot of stressful situations. And then in middle of the meeting, I'll just crack a small joke so that this tense situation will ease out, and then people will start laughing, and then they will come up with some different perspective on the topic that we are discussing. So yes, it's important that we enjoy what we do. We make people enjoy what uh, they are involved in, and make it a fun and make it easy for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sayed, for telling us how humor and enjoyment can make work easier. Now, next person. Okay. I see Suresh Madhavan in the audience. Would you like to take up a topic? Okay, he's not here. Akshay Singh. Okay.
Sure, I can take a topic.
Okay. So your topic is importance of taking short breaks. Importance of taking short breaks.
All right. Happy morning to each and every one of you. Importance of taking short breaks is really something which I need to explore because when I am working on any project or any important task or even something which has piqued my curiosity, I can go long hours into it. Sometimes going long hours into it helps, while sometimes it doesn't. Recently, I'll just share an example of yesterday. Since it was the last working day of the week, I had to solve a particular problem. And that problem I had since in the morning and went on to put in efforts, time, right till the end of the day, which was around till 12, or you can say shoot it over the next day itself. But I realized that if I would have taken a short break, put my mind somewhere else and then focus back again, I would have been able to figure out the root cause of it. In fact, when today morning I woke up, I realized that all those efforts which I had put in did not really help because the problem had a very simple solution. When I saw it with a fresh perspective, I got the solution today itself. So that is what is the importance of short breaks. So when you are putting your time or investing your efforts into a task, always remember that taking short breaks helps you change your perspective, helps you clear out your mind. It helps you clear the slate so that you can think back again from ground scratch and be able to come up with solutions. So it is very important to take short breaks. Another example from my personal life, whenever you are, say, focusing, when you're trying to meditate, right? Everyone says that you should meditate multiple times in a day. Why is that? Because these meditations are those short breaks which helps you clear your mind, put your focus onto the day and be more productive, be it in your work, be it in your passion, be it in any other activity which you do. So I believe, yes, Toastmaster Ayush, one should take short breaks. And I hope each and every one of us will practice it. I'm hoping to practice that from today onwards. We'll try to work on it. Over to you.
Thank you, Akshay, for telling us how short breaks can improve our productivity at work. Now, do I have any more volunteers or should I again pick someone? No. Okay.
No volunteer, I can take a topic. I know I'm the GE.
Okay, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav.
You can give Tarun first and then I'll take or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, I will give Tarun first, then I will call you. Okay. So, Toastmaster Tarun, your topic is from burnout to bliss. From burnout to bliss, Toastmaster Tarun.
From burnout to bliss. Well, with this, I can remember, which reminds me, tennis. At the age of 36, I started playing tennis again to make a balance of from my professional life. At the entire day, I used to work hard in the office, but in the evening when I used to go for tennis and I used to burn, it really used to make me lighter, make me feel lighter. I used to feel very happy, and at the end of the day, it was like I have achieved. Sometimes it's like it used to give me a feeling that I am again in the play field. I am just like a kid who used to enjoy with other kids. And the beauty of the tennis is even a 36-year player can play with even a 15-year kid. So it levels ground. With that, it used to make me feel that entire day I am burning, but whatever I am burning in office or whatever I'm burning sweat in the play field, it is giving me a lot of relaxation and happiness. Over to you, TM Ayush.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tarun, for telling us how even giving your all to work can bring us so much happiness. Certain cases. Now, distinguished Toastmaster Saurav, so your topic is the art of saying no. The art of saying no. Distinguished Toastmaster Saurav.
The art of saying no. In short, a survival skill. I realized this very late in my life because I don't come with a very strong pedigree. I am not a Ivy League university pass out. I'm not a chartered accountant. I've not passed out from an IIT or an IIM. So at the workplace, I really had to work hard. Hard as in literally, we had to work hard and work long and give in long hours of effort and do a lot to prove myself. And this continued over a period of time. And the best part is that I was actually seeing success. This was working, whatever I was doing, trying to impress everyone around me, doing my job, and then someone else's job, and then someone else's job. It was working well for me. I was getting the increment, I was getting the raise, and I was losing myself in the process. Every day I was getting tensed. Am I doing enough? Am I doing enough? Am I doing enough? One day, my boss at that point of time, his name is Sriram Murthy. He was heading the analytics, the entire analytics function for HP at that point of time. Sriram called me to his cabin and said, Saurav, I saw that particular presentation which you were supposed to make, you did that. But I saw a few more slides in that which I was not expecting from you. So what's really happening? And then during the course of the 30 minutes discussion, I told him that I'm kind of heavy lifting for others. So he looked at me and said, so basically you're being a donkey, right? Because that's what you're doing. You're lifting others' load. Just because you feel that you're not a stallion, it doesn't mean that you need to be a donkey. You can still be yourself. Do whatever you're supposed to do, but you also need to know how to say no. And that is the time when I decided that less is more. How to do less to achieve more, how to work the smart way, how to say no. Saying no is not being guilty. Saying no is not being inefficient. Saying no is being accountable. When people tell me, no, I can't take up a role at a Toastmaster meeting, I don't get offended. I respect them because I know that if they would have said yes, they would have definitely turned up. They would have definitely come. They would have definitely done their job. So don't hesitate to say no. Obviously, that's not something a VP would want to hear, but then that's another speech for another day. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Ayush.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Saurav, for that great speech on telling us how it is important to draw boundaries with your coworkers. Now, Toastmaster Melvia, how many more topics can I take?
I think you can take another 2.
Okay. So I will want to take up more volunteers or Aaron, would you like to come up for a topic?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Okay.
Sure. That's good.
So your topic is surviving Monday blues. Surviving Monday blues.
Monday blues. Okay. So there's Monday blues for two kinds of people. And I'm being a little honest here. Monday blues are for two kinds of people. One who hates their job and one who do not. For me personally, I think I fall in the former and latter sometimes. So I don't hate my job, but there have been times where I'm just like, oh, I have to get up now and go to work. But I used to feel like this. At least when I started burning out and stuff like that. But then I realized that when I took a positive attitude, when I got up, I felt positive. I started looking at things of not as my task, not as challenges, but something or something that I wanted to complete. And I started looking at the positive outcome of it. When I started doing all of that, I started looking. Monday blues never really got to. For me, it was more like, okay, Monday is just like another day. I do get the Friday blues for some reason. Whenever I have a long week and I come towards the weekend, like on the Fridays, I suddenly feel this intense urge, like, oh, I need to shift off into the weekend. I don't want to be here right now. But as for the Monday blues, I've slowly trained my mind not to think about it, not to feel gloomy. When I get up in the morning, I just think, okay, this is a good day today. That's how I get over the Monday blues. As for the Friday blues, I do not yet have a solution, but once I have it, I will get back to you. Thank you, Toastmaster Ayush. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for that interesting take on this topic. Now, we have a last topic. If anyone would like to come up, okay. So I would like to pick up Toastmaster Shilpi. Would you like to come up for a topic?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So your topic is living through the 9 to 5. Living through 9 to 5.
Living through 9 to 5, right? Okay. So, living through 9 to 5. Now I remember my last job. Now I resigned for my motherhood, but when I was working, the time was exactly 9 to 5, and sometimes it went more also, because as a recruiter, at the end of the day, we have to do our whole day things to our manager. We had to tell them, and the timing was only mentioned initially to us 9 to 5, but it used to go after 8:30 also. Being there, it felt like, why they mention 9 to 5, why don't they mention 9 to 8:30? They just gimmick me. Being as a recruiter, it's a kind of sales job. Talk to many candidates, and also talk to many clients sometimes. Some say yes, some say no, and at 8:30 we again had meeting. Long thing to do and ask. And in this 8 to 9, sometimes I start at 9, but the main work mostly start by 12, because many candidates get free after 12, and after that I got time to talk to them. So for me, the 9 to 5 mostly went up to 8:30. It's good for, I guess, few who doesn't have the sales job, but the sales job people need to extend that time, I guess 8:30 for me. So thank you for the topic.
Thank you, Shilpi, for confirming how 9 to 5 actually extends to 8:30. Now we have one last topic. I would like to call Oma Shikar for it, if you are available. Okay.
Yes, I'm available. Thank you.
Okay. So your topic is adding comfort to your workspace. Adding comfort to your workspace.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ayush. Interesting topic. Adding, could you please repeat? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, adding comfort to your workspace.
Okay, adding comfort to your workspace. This topic itself reminds me of a couple of instances during those working days when I was working in corporate. I saw that a new joinee, on the very first day, she spent little time at one corner of her space, the cubicle that was given to her. I was a bit curious. What is it that she's doing at one corner and on the very first day for such a long time? And towards the evening, when we were all rushing back home, it so happened that I could have a glimpse of what she was into. She created a small temple over there, to my surprise. It was looking very modern, yet it gave a feel of a home. So that was a very pleasant surprise for me. I paused over there, had a close look, and I saw that she has kept all small things like a small crystal, small diya. It was all looking very fancy, but at the same time, it gave a feel of that home temple that we have in our homes. And it was a very tiny corner, not like elaborative or a large space she had taken. So naturally, I had a very big smile on my face and I felt very comforted just looking at that picture. And I felt, wow, she has spent the very first day very productively by creating a kind of a comfort in that small cubicle. So it was a surprise for me, a lesson for me as well. And there was another surprise after some time, say almost after 6 months or so, when I came to know that um, our company has a dedicated one particular place for gymming. So I thought, in an office, a gym, how can that even be possible? So I went in just to have a look. And I couldn't stop myself but to stand on a treadmill and try it out as well. And that was really nice for me. It gave me a very good feel because many a times when we are spending such a long time outside our home, we hardly get time to a most important thing, that is exercising. And from next year onwards, I could see that a lot of people during their free time, they started going to that gym just for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but they started doing that. So creating this kind of comfort zone in an office place sounds, at one point of time, sounded very innovative for me, but I feel it is a necessity in today's time when a lot of people still spend a lot of time outside their home and they are not able to spend time for the necessities like exercise or just spending 2-3 minutes at one corner and be with themselves. Thank you so much for such an interesting topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma, for that speech. With this, we come to the end of the table topic section. I would like to thank all the speakers for participating. Now back to you, Toastmaster Melvia.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ayush Goyal. Those were some lovely topics, and I'm pretty sure everyone here got a good idea on how they can work on their work-life balance. Now, moving forward, we move to the third section of our meeting today, which is the general evaluation section. With that, I hand over to the general evaluator for the day, TTM Sourav Dutta.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Melvia Dsouza. And the way I would do the general evaluation is that, and I will do in 3 parts. So the first part, I will do an evaluation of what happened before the meeting up till the time the prepared speakers came on stage. Then I will invite the evaluators to present the evaluations for the prepared speakers. And then once that's done, then I will be calling in the Taggle team and then evaluating the Taggle team and the rest of the meeting. So let me start with what happened before the meeting. One thing we all know about the Gabbys is that the Gabbys operates like a clockwork before the meeting, and that's why the meetings go like a clockwork during the meeting, right? So I think that was true for this as well. And many thanks to our Sergeant at Arms, both the Sergeant at Arms of the Gabbys and the Gabbys Online Toastmaster Club, for very tirelessly and very passionately working towards ensuring that everything that we need for the meetings to successfully happen, whether it's the agenda, whether it's the role takers introductions, whether it's the evaluation resources. I have rarely seen anyone reaching out to me, any of the role takers, not even as a G, not otherwise, that, I don't have this intro, I don't have that resource, I don't know what to speak, I don't know where's the agenda. So great work with that. The VPs of both the clubs, DTM Nancy Goyal, Toastmaster Karthik Venugopal, and the 2 Sergeant at Arms who are not there in the meeting today, but they were working behind the scenes, Toastmaster Pranav Pothan and Toastmaster Chaitanya Prasad. Can we have a big round of applause for the team of the Gabbys officers who have been relentlessly working to ensure that the meetings happen? Guys, this is very, very special more because I am constantly getting messages I'm on various WhatsApp group on Toastmasters, and I'm constantly getting messages of meetings getting cancelled, meetings getting postponed because of the Diwali thing, right? And amidst that, having such a beautiful meeting with almost 20 people participating, that's a big deal. And that's possible only because of the effort that you're putting in. So kudos to all of you. And now the meeting, as usual, started on time. Didn't expect anything less from the Sergeant at Arms, who is a strict disciplinarian, Toastmaster Karthik Venugopal. Good job with that. And Karthik, you have, I don't know whether whenever you wear the essay a hat, you suddenly get a strong diction in your voice. Where does that come from? But whatever it is, dude, it's doing good to you. So keep doing the essay role more. You'll come across more strong, more passionate, more confident. Not that you are not that, but even if you're coming across as someone like that. So great job, Karthik, for taking up the essay role and doing it. The PO is me, so I'll spare myself on an evaluation. Moving on to the Toastmaster of the day. Melvia, I think this particular theme is something that is very relevant, and I for one definitely thought that it is something that was triggered by the comment that came from Narayan Murthy, and I was pretty sure about that, though you burst the bubble at the very end. But it doesn't mind, it doesn't matter what actually inspired you. Yes, the recency factor does come into play. If we have had a bad work week, then we can say, bad days at work as a theme, or the work-life balance as a theme. That's totally okay. You did a beautiful job in terms of giving us a theme which people can relate with. Everyone can relate with them. People who are even not working, the best part of this theme is that even if you're not working, you can still relate with this theme because you're on the receiving end, right? If no one in your family is working, then you are obscenely rich. So you'll probably not be there in a Toastmaster meeting in the first place. But if someone in your family is working, you are either at the giving end or the receiving end. So there is no one who can say, work-life balance. What's work-life balance? I mean, you have to, either you're facing it or you're, the cause or the effect, one way or the other. So that's what I really loved about this theme. One thing, Melvia, what I would have loved to see is that something coming out of this, because see, topics like work-life balance, procrastination, and other such things, they are beaten to death. While we will always come back to these topics time and again, the effort should be there to unreveal, kind of reveal something which has not already been discussed or has been tabled before. So I think that is what I found missing. Maybe a few snippets here and there, maybe something. So you can always feel that, okay, since I'm going to ask the audience, how do I control that? So my tip, my trick rather, is that I always keep a few stories up my sleeve, which I give as a pointer or a anchor or a bait to the audience for them to get a clue. Okay, what am I looking for? Because if you tell a story which is out of ordinary, you will expect the audience to tell you a story out of ordinary. See, we as humans mirror each other, right? So if you're telling me a story I've not heard before, I'll tell you a story you have not heard before. So try to do that as a TMOD. That helps, because that way you will be able to control. So as a TMOD, you also have to control the conversation. So probably, for example, if you pick up a contentious topic, even this could have been a contentious topic, you need to know where and how you want to channel the conversation. And I think there I found you doing good, because you very royally ignored my comment about, if it would have been a politician, we would have created so much of uproar. Since it's a businessman, therefore we have taken it in the right spirit, right? So you could have taken the discussion forward, and some Narayan Murthy fan here would have taken offense to that, but you did not do that, right? So that's something good about it. Just ensure that you continue during the entire course of the meeting. Good job with it, Melvia. One other thing is that when Akshay was not there, he couldn't join the meeting because of the network glitch at his end. I would have expected you to kind of have a look around before calling out the name of the evaluator, or maybe connect with the VP separately. It looked as if you was taken surprise, right? So you cannot be taken by surprise. This was a known issue. From the beginning, we saw that he was not being able to join. So don't be surprised. These things will happen. We will have network glitches. We will have people dropping off. We will have people who can't join. You as the Toastmaster, they always have to be in control, right? So because you are running the show. So don't get nervous. Don't be surprised, and know that this is the Gabbys. Whatever happens, we are prepared for it. So that's why we are covered. So thank you so much, Melvia. Can we have a big round of applause for Toastmaster Melvia, our most Toastmaster of the day? Thank you so much, Melvia. Moving on, we will now move to the evaluations of the speeches, and I will now invite our first evaluator. Our first evaluator is a fellow Bong. She's a bookworm who loves to eat, cook, travel, listen to music, and read about Indian mythology. She loves exploring new cultures. Currently, she is working as a senior technical writer for an MNC, and her name is Upasana Ghosh. Can we also have the first speaker on Spotlight, please? Thank you. Over to you, Upasana.
Congratulations, Sanjeet, on your first speech, and you have done a very good job. Your introduction was very interesting. Like meeting your parents 40 years ago. I really thought you were saying something else, but then that was your birth story. That was very interesting. It actually hooked the audience. Even the course of time, also, you had narrated a very good story, and you had a very good vocal variety. That was a very commendable job. Your tone modulation was excellent. Even the hand gestures were appropriate. I also like the good usage of analogies like City of Garden, Bangalore. These examples were actually very good, and we clicked. The audience clicked with that. Moving on to points of improvement. Your start was a bit shaky. I understand you were nervous. It was your first speech. Yet, if you could practice a bit, it would have done better. You were reading the script. That is okay. But the point is, your script was down. So you had to look down like this. So here, once you look down, the eye contact gets cut off. So if possible, if you have written in paper, so you can place it on the laptop, so that even if you're seeing like this, your eye contact is not moving that much. Okay. Second, conclusion could have been more strong. I mean, I understood your gist. I understood your story and everything, but I wanted a bit concrete. It sounded vague, as if you did not have time and you just left it. So you could have worked on that. But overall, your first speech was very good. You have that all technicalities. You can do better. All the very best for your next speeches. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Upasana. Wonderful evaluation, very pertinent points. But before you come to your speech, let me talk about our icebreaker speaker, Sanjeet. Sanjeet, thank you so much for the icebreaker speech. You brought in a lot of flavors, a lot of different kind of flavors to the icebreaker speech, which I really liked about your speech. It was kind of a full package. And great job, Sanjeet. And I'm looking forward to you delivering more such speeches. Upasana, one point for you is that, or rather for anyone who's taking up the role of an evaluator, always let's remember that evaluation is objective, feedback is subjective. Evaluation is objective, feedback is subjective. What I mean by this is that when you are doing an evaluation, you need to have those points, right? This is why it is happening. This is why it is happening. When you're giving the evaluation, always be sure to express that as your opinion, not as a statement, right? So when you say that that was vague, or this could have been done like this, so that is something which I would want you to add, consider adding according to me, I think, something like that, because see, at the end of the day, this is your personal opinion, right? So that is where it should not come across to the speaker very strongly, particularly new speakers. They sometimes feel, okay, the evaluator, see, imagine a new Toastmaster coming in who has never been a Toastmaster before, right? And she sees someone like Upasana telling this with me so much of confidence. This must be the truth, and this must be the gospel truth, right? They will actually walk the line, come what may. And if for any reason you're wrong, then that person will be not treating that as an opinion and evaluating that. Person will take that as a theory or as a theorem and will start implementing that. That's dangerous, right? And that's how the wrong things gets passed on. So always put it as an opinion. Sanjeet, one more point is that don't worry about reading from the script and all that. I mean, you are still at a Toastmaster meeting. I remember when I did my first keynote speech, I was actually sitting at a dais and doing the speech because I just couldn't take the eyes off the script, because I always thought I'll forget something, right? So, and worst thing is I was getting paid for that. So the payment came for that assignment, but then after that, they never called me back. It's a different story. So it happened to all of us. So don't worry about it at all. Thank you so much, Sanjeet, and thank you so much, Upasana, for a wonderful speech and a wonderful evaluation. Loved hearing both of you. Can we have a big round of applause for both of them, please? Thank you. Moving on to the next evaluator. Evaluating our next speaker is our visiting Toastmaster from the Talk Magic Toastmaster Club. I love this club. This is one of the clubs where I learned Toastmasters, everything about Toastmasters. And we have Toastmaster Vijetha, who is a chartered accountant by profession. She loves reading, trying different cuisines, traveling and gardening, and is an evaluator number 2 today, evaluating our second speaker, Toastmaster Ritwik.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sourav. and good morning to everyone and my target speaker, Ritwik. Ritwik, first things first, right? I really liked your depiction of your mentorship journey in Toastmasters and outside Toastmasters, through three mentors. I thought the whole journey was very well articulated. The highlight was also how comfortable you were in sharing your vulnerability with the audience. For me, it just felt very real. I think it's so important for the speakers, to connect with the audience. That element also came out pretty strongly for me in your speech. You had a very calm demeanor. I know you said you have that fright with the hands. That's something I think you did a very good job today, because your hand movements, while you're standing, they're very purposeful and pretty intentional as well. I also thought your speech did bring the whole element of mentorship influence in your life to a very, very large extent. Now, what could have been done better in the speech or elevate your speech, right? Now, you've spoken about three mentors. You gave short glimpses of all the three mentors, right? Now, what was missing for me was a strong correlation between your upward journey and while you were still working with the mentors, right? What you were and where you are right now in your life. Is it a better leader, better team player, better communicator, better public speaker? I felt that that could have come out a bit more strongly in your speech. The second one would be your opening and the closing. The opening could have been a little bit more impactful. I thought maybe sharing a personal anecdote and then taking the audience on your mentorship journey would have struck better chords with the audience, right? And your ending seemed a bit more abrupt or sudden. I felt that could have come out overall much better. So overall, I thought it was a very good speech, good usage of hands, good depiction of mentorship. I thought there was good usage of words as well. Honestly, there were certain words and the way it was phrased, the statements, I thought that was done very, very well. If you want to focus a bit more on the speech purpose or your project purpose, and kind of stick to that purpose a bit more, strongly in your body, or come out more strongly with your conclusion and opening. I definitely think you're going to rock all your future speeches, Ritwik. So good luck with all your future speeches. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vijetha. Vijetha, may I ask you something? Are you going for a speech contest, the evaluation speech contest, by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I be a little direct and candid in my
Yes.
evaluation?
Yes, of course, of course.
Would probably be of help to you. So, but before that, Ritwik, I loved the speech. I was a little sad that you didn't mention me in the list of the people that you mentioned. Just kidding. But a lovely speech, and you actually included people that we can relate to. So great job with that. And thank you for sharing your journey with us. Vijetha, what I loved about your evaluation is that you were very objective. Like, as I said, you gave those points where the speaker could have done this well, ABCD, but very clear on that. What I have a few recommendations is on the delivery. Number one, always remember we are giving recommendations here. We're not being critical. So instead of saying your ending was vague or your ending was abrupt, a better way of saying this is your ending. I would have loved to hear a more powerful ending. I would have loved to hear a more powerful conclusion. Instead of leaving Ritwik with a tinge of sadness that, okay, my ending was abrupt. I worked on the ending. For all you know, the conclusion is what he is the most passionate about, right? He felt that was the best part of my speech. And you just burst the bubble, right? So instead of doing that, say that it would have been great, Ritwik, if we would have had a better ending, a more powerful ending. The second thing is avoid some of the cliched words or the phrases, like we say, like the first things first, right? What do you mean by first things first? So what about the other things that came up? That was not important, right? Or much ado about nothing, right? Or the biggest room is the room for improvement. All of these things, is something that we should avoid in an evaluation speech because it's kind of beaten to death by every man and his brother. The third thing is you did try to bring in a bit of a subjectivity when you were probably you picked up a cue from whatever I said before this one, or maybe that's your style. That's great. But again, remember that the evaluation also has to have an objectivity. While I agree that there are certain points were very clear, but there were certain points where you said that it should have been stronger. It should have been more powerful. How? How could it have been stronger? You need to demonstrate to the speaker, right? Otherwise, how will the speaker know? Because, and then see, I don't know what is your definition of stronger. I don't know what is my definition of, you don't know what is my definition of stronger. Maybe that was the longest that I could have given, right? So if you have straight with one way of doing that is instead of telling me, you should have done your closing like this. The style that I generally use is, when I do a closing like this, when I'm doing an inspirational speech, when I'm talking about leadership and mentoring, I generally close the speech like this because I feel that is more impactful. You can find your own style, Ritwik, but this is what worked for me.
Yeah.
Right? That would have given him an example without being prescriptive. Fourth, this is something that Joanne told me. She's a great evaluator. She's one of the division champions in District 121. And she told me in the last meeting that resist commenting on the content of the speaker unless there's a very strong reason and unless you're able to connect it back to what she has to offer for you. You cannot in isolation tell the speaker, you should have included this, you should have included that, because that will, give the speaker an impression that, some speakers may take offense that this is my speech. I decide to talk about my uncle and not my father. So if you, for example, if I'm talking about members in my family and I talk about uncle and my niece, and you tell me, I would have loved to hear more about your dad and mom. Maybe I don't want to talk about my dad and my mom. Maybe I don't have a great relationship with them. You don't tell me why I need to talk about them, right? It's offensive. That is sometimes insulting to the speaker. So you should have talked about this. You should have talked about that. Is something we need to tie back to your expectation. You can say that, but with the expectation that as an audience member, I was expecting to hear more of this.
Okay.
I'm saying go and tell this. Clear? Some of the recommendations for you, Vijetha. I'm sorry if I've been overtly critical.
No, of course not.
Your contest journey, all the best for your contest going forward. And can we have
Thank you.
Second speaker and second evaluator, please? Melvia, are you asleep? Okay, good.
No, I'm here. The third speaker.
Okay, good. So let's move on to the third evaluator, and I will spare the introduction of the third evaluator because that's me. So I will straight away move on and start with the evaluation. Timer, you may start the time. After a lot of resistance, I decided to make my first Insta reel. Okay, and that was an hyperbole. Hyperbole. Most of the people pronounce it wrong. It's one of they pronounce it as hyperbole. And I made this reel. And I was very excited that I made a reel. And this is something people will definitely find useful. Wrong pronunciations and Indians have got a lot in common. I got 10 likes and 20 views. Someone said, don't give up. Give in. I did the second one. I got 5 likes and 3 views. And that was the end of my Instagram journey. Thank you, Jyothi, for bringing the passion back in me today. That today I feel that if you had such a start and still you have got 12,000 followers today, maybe, hoping against hope, someday I will also reach there. And these kind of stories inspire us to go in for content creation and try to make our social media presence stronger. I love that about your story, that you didn't tell us a very wishy-washy kind of a 30,000 feet or 50,000 feet view about see who I am, the Insta queen. But you actually told us the efforts that you have put in to reach where you are and what inspired you to reach there. A very touch and feel story, a lot of facts and figures, numbers, places, characters, everything that makes me believe this actually happened. Because when it comes to inspirational stories and people tell stories, I actually feel people are telling stories. But when you told us, I felt you were sharing an experience of something that happened. Thank you for doing that. You have given me a lot of confidence today. I also loved about your speech that there was a lot of there was a good narration in the way you told the story, and it actually sounded like a story and did not sound like a gyan. Because you did so much for me, I owe it to you that I also have to do something for you, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple of recommendations which will help you in your further speeches. So the first one, the title. If the project title is building a social media presence and the speech title is around digital presence, it's a dead giveaway what you're going to talk about. Why not try something else? For example, are you wasting your time? Right? So that could have been the start. So when the Toastmaster of the day says, are you wasting your time, Jyothi Mandal? Jyothi Mandal, are you wasting your time? I am not wasting my time, but are you wasting your time on social media? How many of you think you're wasting your time on social media? Raise of hands, please. How does that sound as a start? Right? That's one. The second is somewhere there has to be a difference between content consumption and content creation on social media, which is what you were driving at, is what I was thinking. When you were saying wasting time on social media, you were talking more about us scrolling through those Insta reels and Insta stories and watching senseless videos, and you were giving an example as a content creator, right? That distinction for me was not coming out very clearly in your speech today. And that is something that I would want you to think about. Basically the two sides of the coin. So to sum it up, a very touch and feel story, very inspirational, makes me again go back to Insta and create reels. On the recommendations, watch on the title, work on the title, and also give both sides of the coin. You just talked about the positives of content creation. Thank you so much, and back to myself. Okay, so that was the evaluation of the third speaker. You can choose to give a round of applause to the third speaker and the third evaluator if you feel so. Thank you so much. And with this, we will move on to the Taggle team. And may I invite the timer to share with us the timer's report.
Yes, I will share my screen, or I'll just say the numbers that will suffice, right? Or I would.
Yes.
So in prepared speech section, everybody was in time. In table topic speeches, except one speaker, Toastmaster Umashika, everybody has qualified. And in evaluation speaker, everybody has qualified.
Devasish, you can also read out the time because speakers may want to know how much of time. You can share your screen and
I'll share my screen.
Do you have the sharing rights?
Oh, no, I don't have. So
Okay,
I'll read out.
You have it now. Okay. Just share your screen. And we have time. We are good on time. So just share your screen.
Can everybody see the screen? Hello. Can everybody see the screen?
Yeah.
Yes. So as I was telling, the timings taken is column E.
Okay, great. Thank you, Devasish. Thank you for sharing this. Anyone who's interested to know exactly how much time did they take, you can just check this.
Even I will drop this Excel sheet in the chat box so that everyone can refer it, whoever wants.
Thank you, Devasish. And I love it when the timers time themselves because that just shows how their diligence in how they do it. Thank you so much and good job with the timer, Devasish. Thank you. Moving on, second role taker on my Taggle team, which is our R counter, Toastmaster Tarun Agarwal. Tarun, over to you to present the R counters report.
Sure. Is my screen visible to everyone? Hello?
Yes, it's visible, Toastmaster.
Okay. So this is the summary, but 3 points I just wanted to highlight. Special kudos to TM Karthik, TM Ritwik, TM Jyothi, TM Upasana, TM Syed, and Akshay Singh, who did less than 5 crutch words. So I request everyone to applaud for all these 6 Toastmasters. One observation I did that during most of the speakers were very good, but whenever they got stuck or they forgot something, in the next 2-3 lines, I observed there are a lot of crutch words or there are a lot of filler words coming in. So I suggest that whenever you forget something or you missed out something, take a deep breath. Sorry, take a deep breath and then start again. In that way, you can avoid a lot of incorrect crutch words or filler words. That's all. I will submit this report in the chat so you can look into it. Thanks. Over to you, General Verja.
Thank you so much, Tarun, for taking up the accountant role, and thank you for bringing me to the back to the top of the accountant charts. I've always been the accountant's favorite, and I see I've not disappointed. And thank you for not totaling up my total R's and Ums, because it was 32, 28, and then 4. So this is clearly one area which I need to improve, and I'm not improving much in the last 3 years. Thank you so much. And moving on to our grammarian for today, Toastmaster Karthik Venugopal.
Yeah, I'm sharing my report. Okay, I hope you all can see my report, grammarian report. Yeah, so the word of the day for today was glimmering, and only one of them used it, and that is Toastmaster Sanjeet. So give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Sanjeet for using that word. And yes, so here are good usages of the English language. So some use phenomenal, analogy, bring to pick, osmosis, absorb, intimidated, enamored, trait, from burnout to bliss, stallion, demeanor. So these were some good usages of words. So here are the rhetorical questions. So what is rhetorical question? Which is wherein answer is not required when someone asks a question. So Toastmaster Sanjeet asked the question, did I celebrate my completion of it? Wherein answer was not required. And to distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta asked, art of saying no, it's survival skill. So now coming to anaphora, so it's the repetition of a word or phrase at the beginning of successive clauses. I did it, I did it. I did that yoga pose. So it was said by Toastmaster Jyothi. And we also had a proverb said by Toastmaster Jyothi that was, what you seek is seeking you. So that was one of the proverbs. And we had some of the hypophora, that is question and then answer. The secret sauce of Gabbys was not just its best speaker, it was also because of its mentorship. So it was used by Toastmaster Ritwik Raj. And rule of 3, that is repeating a phrase for 3 times. And it was used by distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. Am I doing enough? Am I doing enough? Am I doing enough? I'm coming to metaphor, wherein comparing from one to another. So Toastmaster Tarun compared himself like a kid. I'm just like a kid. So this was the grammarian report for today. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karthik. Brilliant report and very well visually presented. Just one food for thought. I was thinking that, and I don't know the answer. What is seeking you? Is that a proverb or is that a quote? I think it's a quote. It's definitely a quote. That's not the question here. The question is that what is the difference between a quote and a proverb? I was just thinking through this. Even a proverb is a quote, but probably a proverb is something which is more like a timeless quote and something that is less debatable. Like, for example, honesty is the best policy. I mean, that's debatable in today's age. But somewhere I feel that, it's better to call it out on the report as a quote rather than a proverb. Just my suggestion, but just apart from that, everything was brilliantly done. Thank you so much. So let me now move on to the listener. Our listener for today, Toastmaster Shilpi Tiwari. Over to you, Shilpi, to test our listening skills.
So as promised, I have come with few questions. So let's start with the first. After Pune, which city did TM Sanchit mention in his icebreaker
Bangalore.
speech for job interview? Yes, right answer is Bangalore. Next question. Toastmaster Ritwik, has mentioned in his speech that in which Toastmaster did he start his public speaking?
Gabbys.
Yes, correct.
Dsouza, right? Toastmaster Ritwik? I don't know.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
I think he said Dsouza, no? Or Gabbys?
Gabbys.
My last question. Which course did Toastmaster Jyothi certified as a yoga instructor? Sorry. Which course did Toastmaster Jyothi has certified from Rishikesh?
Yoga.
That's the answer.
Sorry, by mistake, I just put the answer first. Yes, correct. So that's all from my end. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shilpi. The only recommendation for you would have been that we wanted more questions we could have taken. At least keep 5 to 7 questions ready, because when you have time, the listener role is something that we have to be a little adaptive. If you see there's less time on the cards, then make it 3 questions. If there's more time on the cards, make it 5 to 7 questions. What I liked about your questions was that very specific questions and questions that. So I got stumped with Ritwik because I know Ritwik's background. I know that Ritwik was probably a member of Dsouza. Obviously, I was not paying close attention, so I didn't know that whether he mentioned Dsouza today. So I got caught. Thank you so much. So I am exposed. So a great way of conducting the listeners' role, Shilpi. And there is no further comments to what I have added for apart from whatever I've already mentioned for all the Taggle team players. And so I hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Melvia, for closing of the theme and handing over back to the presiding officer.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. You gave us a thorough overview, and I feel everyone here has points that they could work on. So thank you so much for that. And I would also like to congratulate everyone who attended today's meeting for starting off the balanced part of their week in such a productive manner. I feel like more often than not, we use the word productivity only in the context of a working life. But it shouldn't be like that, right? Leisure time should also be productive. Can I see a raise of hands for anyone who thinks that working hard over the week and just relaxing on the couch is the idea of a happy and healthy life? Is there anyone? No, right? Um, Leisure time should rejuvenate our mind, our soul, and our body. And if we're unable to do that even on a weekend, then our mind is clearly giving us red flags that we need to work on our work life balance. We humans have evolved over the years because we have challenged ourselves and worked on improving ourselves. So, leisure time should be spent in doing activities that we don't get an opportunity for during our work life. It could be singing, dancing, going on treks, or anything that you wish to do. It need not be extravagant. It could be a simple walk on the path, a a call with your friends, a cup of tea with your family, all while disengaging from work. I encourage each one of you to work on creating a healthy work life balance. And remember that we are not slaves to our jobs. Our jobs are just a part of our lives. I would like to ask the Zoom moderator to share the link for the voting. And I would also like to call out that since we had a icebreaker speech today, and it's a practice here at Gabbys that we don't have the polling for the best speaker in that case. So I request the Zoom master to send the link.
Yeah,
And
the link. So just I need to change the restriction. So I'll just change
okay, sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Karthik. And with that, I hand over the stage back to Toastmaster Sourav Dutta as the presiding officer.
Thank you so much. And Thank you, Melvia. Thank you, everyone, for the role that you have played. Please stay back for the polling as Karthik is fixing. Karthik is, I see that in the hyperlink, there's edit mentioned. So I think just change that. I think you are sharing the edit link. Share the polling link. So that send button on the top. What you've done is you have given the collaborator link. Okay, so while Karthik fixes that, let us quickly hear from a couple of us here. Aaron, so you joined the meeting with some expectations. I heard about the Gabbys. So how far did we meet your expectations?
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually super impressed by the way the Gabbys conducts things. I've heard great things actually. I've heard great things from Aparna, from Nagesh, who have visited our club. And but what I experienced today was mind blowing. I mean, the way Gabbys conducts things, the reports, timer report, the grammarian report, the account reports. There's a lot of takeaways here. That's something that Talk Magic started their own online meetings a couple of weeks back. To take on the masses, the increasing number of speech laws. We're big till December, and we are implementing on the online meetings, and we are just hoping to. There's a lot of lessons today that we can go and implement back in our own club. And yeah, this is one of many meetings. So hopefully that I will be attending at the Gabbys. Very, very, very good meeting, guys, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Aaron. That was very inspirational. And yes, Talk Magic is having 2 meetings a week now, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes. Today and on Wednesday.
Yeah, I know. One is an offline, one is an online meeting. So I don't think that this is something that has happened before, that in one district there are 2 clubs which are doing more than 1 meeting every week, when rest of the Toastmaster clubs struggle to have even 1 meeting a week. Great job, the Toastmaster Club. Suresh, would you want to share any feedback on the meeting? If you're here, I would love to hear you.
Hello, Sourav. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, thank you very much for having here. It's a great delight to be at Gabbys as always. I've been here so many times. And in this particular meeting, though some of the usual suspects like the charter members are not here, and you are one of the senior members, and there are a lot of younger people. Some of them I know, most of them I don't. But still, that lacuna of the senior members not being filled here is done so beautifully. This felt like a regular meeting to me at all times. And this is a classic case where style and substance comes together. It's one thing to have style, it's another thing to have substance. And I think Gabbys is one club which has both these qualities in abundance, and that was very clearly evident today. It came out so well. I'm also here because a couple of members from my own club are participating, so I just came to cheer them on. Thank you for having given us a chance to come here and speak. It was great as always being here, and I hope to come here again, though I don't come here as often as I used to. Thank you very much for giving me a chance to speak, Sourav. Back to you.
Well, Fix, that's for you, sir. You'll be back here as often as you used to. We'll ensure our new VPs will get in touch with you more regularly to have you more at our meetings. It's such an wonderful experience to have you at our meeting as a guest. Vijetha, anything you would want to share?
The meeting was, as you know, the way every role takers did their role, right? It was very clear, sort of. I feel like there's a lot of takeaways for our clubs. It's very well structured. Everyone knows. I also feel like the SA or the other main role takers, they all know, if there is a glitch, how do they take that forward. And just hearing you today was it's been my pleasure, to be honest. Just the way you did the role, and also took on a role in the last minute. I think there's a lot of lessons for all of us. And as you said, you're probably the second club who is doing one more meeting in the district. But I think something that Gabbys is showing the way for a lot of clubs. So I'm so happy and glad to be here today. And actually, doing a role. I know this is the second one I did, but I really hope to come back soon and do more roles, not just virtually, but also in physical at your club. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And thank you for the kind words. And let us continue to inspire each other. I really love the combination of Talk Magic and the Gabbys Toastmaster Club when they come together. Today is literally like it's like more like a linkers meet, right? So all the visiting Toastmasters are from Talk Magic Toastmasters Club. So
it's the fireworks before the Diwali.
Absolutely, it is. Karthik, do we have the results ready? We do? Okay, I'll hand over to you for declaring the results so that you can just do that.
Yeah, sure.
Have it on your screen. I don't have it with me.
Yeah, I'm sending you. You can declare. I'm just sending you.
Best, okay, best TT.
Yeah, I'm sending you. Just a minute.
Okay, this result you should declare only. Okay, you declare the results, Karthik.
Okay, fine. Okay, I'll declare the result. So before that, great meeting we had before Diwali, and I hope everybody is set to enjoy their Diwali tomorrow. And yes, so with that, as one of our evaluator, visiting Toastmaster Vijetha said, it was a firework before we start our Diwali, and here are some of the fireworks with the results. And the best evaluator for today is none other than distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. Give a big round of applause to him. And the best auxiliary role taker is me, so I congratulate myself. Okay, and the best role taker for today is again general evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. And here is the tug of war for the best TP speaker between two table topic speakers. Any guesses? This one I let you to guess. There are two people who actually played a tug of war. I think nobody is just read it out. Everybody is just curious and ready to celebrate Diwali. And the two best table topic speakers for today are distinguished Toastmaster Akshay Singh and distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. Both have got the same votes, number of votes. Give a big round of applause to all the winners for today's meeting. And I do really appreciate all the role takers for making time and picking up roles during the festival season. I mean, that shows your passion towards Toastmasters and towards public speaking. Thank you so much. And also helping your VP. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm back to you, Toastmaster. Presiding officer.
Thank you. And I hereby adjourn the meeting number 157 of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. See you on Tuesday at the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club weekly meeting. Thank you, which is going to be a special Children's Day meeting. So please don't miss this one. All the role takers are Gavaliers and kids who are wishing to be Gavaliers and Toastmasters very soon. So the special Children's Day meeting coming up on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m., 14th of November. Thank you. The meeting is hereby adjourned.
Thank you. Happy Diwali, everyone.
Yeah, happy Diwali to everyone.
Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali to everyone. Bye.
Bye.